The first thing I'm going to do is prime my eyelids. As we all know, absolutely loving the P. Louise base at the moment. Is the one thing that does not crease my eyelids. So I'm going to put a tiny amount of this on my ring finger. When I say tiny, you really need like the tiniest amount. Just going to apply it to my lid. Now, I'm not filming this at the best time. I'm filming it like mid-afternoon and it's autumn. The weather's not great and the lighting was at the stage where the sun is at my window level. So I've had to close my blind and basically use my ring light as my lighting, and I normally use the natural light coming through the window. But I've been so busy today that this was the only time that I could actually get to film. So I'm popping on my base and I'm just blending it in with a Revolution paddle brush. Okay, and I'm starting with my eyes today because I'm going to go dramatic-ish. I'm not going to go too dramatic, but I'm going autumnal vibes. So I'm going to be using a mixture of the Dare to Create 39A eyeshadow palette from Morphe. This is what it looks like. Beautiful. And I'm also going to be dipping in to the Morphe 35O palette because it's got these gorgeous red tones down here and I really want to use them because I feel like they're very autumnal. Deluxe crease brush from Real Techniques, and I'm going to go in with the super light shade and just dust that all over my lid just to set down that base that we put down. Now I actually have no idea what I'm going to do. We're just going to wing it. So I've set that down and then I'm going to go in with a crease shade. So the crease shade I'm going to use on a base shadow brush from Real Techniques again, and I think I'm going to go in with this shade, where is it? This shade right here. It's just a really pale brown, so it's the perfect crease shade. In fact, to make it easier for you guys, I'm just going to use the 35O palette for the whole look. I have done this look before, but quite a while ago. So I'm literally going to focus this all through the crease and on the outer corner. I just go for the crease in circular motions to blend it out. And the reason I'm doing my eyes first is because if anything falls down, I can clean it up. And I'm actually going to bring it out a bit, so I'm going to wing this look out just to create a more foxy kind of cat eye effect. So I'm going to bring it further down my eye, but don't worry because we're going to clean it up with some makeup remover. Okay, so that's the first shade in, and then we're going to get a smaller brush. Okay, so it's a smaller brush. And I'm going to now go in with this shade right here, which is more of like a reddy toned brown. And I'm going to do pretty much the same as what I just did with the first shadow, but I'm not going to bring it in as much. Make sure you're bringing it out so that we can clean up that wing, just like so. Don't worry if it's a bit messy at the moment. We're going to blend it out afterwards. And I'm going to do the same on the other eye, like so. And I'm going to go back in with that first brush we used to put the base down and just soften those edges. No extra product, I'm just literally going on the very outer edges to blend it all out. Okay, so that's those two shades done. Okay, and now we're going to go in with this shade right here, which is a really nice rusty kind of red colour. And we're going to use another smaller brush. So the darker you go, you basically want to be using smaller brushes. This is the brush you get in the Urban Decay eyeshadow palette, so it's double-ended, but I just really like the size of the brush. I'm going to dip into that darker rusty brown colour and focus this on the very outer corner. And I'm going to pack the colour on first before I blend it out. And then I'm going to go back in with that base shadow brush that we used and blend it out. Like so, just to kind of deepen that crease a little bit more. And then do the same on the other eye. Pack that colour on, and then back with the base shadow brush and blend it out. And then again, I'm going to grab that deluxe crease brush that we first used, and I'm going to grab a bit more of the first shade we used, and I'm just going to blend out the edges. So one final step just for now, I am going to get an angled brush. This is one from Revolution, and I'm going to take the darkest shade, this one here, and I'm going to do an eyeliner but with an eyeshadow. So I'm going to see if this one's dark enough. It might not be. So I'm just going to line my upper lash line. My camera shut off. What I did was I just got a smaller brush so that it was a bit more precise. The one that I was using wasn't quite as precise as I'd like it to be. Okay, so that's kind of like the base of the eyes done for now. I am going to add a little bit to my inner corner and bottom lash line later, but now I want to move on to my skin. So obviously the first thing I'm going to do is prime, and I'm just using my trusty dusty Arbonne primer. As always, I will link everything down below. And today I'm actually going to be using a foundation. So the one I have been using is the Perfecting Liquid Foundation by Arbonne, and it's in the shade Buff, a little bit darker. Could argue that it's a bit too dark for me, but you know, we roll with it. I've been going straight in with a beauty blender at the moment, and I'm just patting that all over. There is a few different steps I'm doing at the minute when I do put makeup on. Obviously, we've just gone into lockdown round 2, so I'm not going to be doing my makeup much for the next month. Foundation done, and now obviously I'm going to go in with some concealer. Again, you guys know I'm absolutely obsessed with the Arbonne concealer, and I've been using 2 shades. I've been using the shade Light and the shade Fair. So I'm going to pop these both on. I might actually use the concealer to tidy up my under eye. So we've got the shade Light, which I kind of put everywhere I want a little bit more coverage. And then I've got the shade Fair to brighten up the under eyes a little bit, because I do like a brighter under eye, especially with my lovely dark circles. There's not too much of a difference, so it's not too drastic. And because I want to clean up this outer corner, I'm actually gonna go in with the paddle brush we were using for eyeshadow base. Okay, just for that, and then I'm gonna go back in with my beauty blender. This on camera, I'm looking so washed out, but in person I don't look like this. I don't know whether it's my ring light or what, but hopefully once I put a bit of cream bronzer on, we're all good. So that is that, and then before I set my face, this is something I've been doing slightly differently. I'm going to go in with my Morphe Dimension Effect contour stick, and what I like to do is get a flat top brush. This is the Revolution one, and dab it on the contour stick, and then put it on my face, basically just in the contours of my cheeks, and it creates the most beautiful effect. And I go up onto my forehead and into my hairline with that too, and I just dab because it creates a smoother effect. And I just find by putting it on the brush first, it doesn't move about any of the makeup you already have on your face. So now I will go in and set my face. And what I like to use is, sorry, I'm just pushing my hair out of my face. I like to use the translucent powder by Arbonne to begin with. This goes everywhere. It's the only thing I'm not a fan of. Okay, I've just turned the brightness down a little bit because I was way too overexposed. So I'm just gonna dip into my powder under my eyes and down my nose. I'm just gonna leave that there for now, a bit on my chin. Don't worry if it goes on the contour you've just done, because obviously I am gonna bronze as well. A brush, this is just the Real Techniques contour brush. Pick up the tiniest bit more product and brush away the excess on my face, and then set anywhere else, like my upper lip is one place that I struggle with in terms of sweating and getting oily. Now is when I will go on to my bronzer. So the bronzer I'm going to use is actually, I'm going to use the one in the palette here, the Starlight Glow palette, and it's just this shade down here with a Real Techniques, it's just a tapered brush, I always use this one. And then just over where I've already cream contoured, just to set that down and to add a little bit more colour to my face. Tiny bit on my nose as well, just to kind of bring everything together. And then I'm going to do a little bit of blush. So I'm going to use the Duo Fibre Contour brush for this, because I've been seeing this everywhere. I like to sweep my blush a little bit in, just to kind of draw everything together. So I'm going in with the same palette and that blush, which is called Moonstone, and I'm going to sweep it all the way up my cheek, bring it just into my nose, and the same on the other side. And of course now I'm going to go on to my highlight, and I like to use the Morphe High Impact highlight in the shade Lit, and I'm going to grab my brush. So this is the Real Techniques setting brush that I like to use. I'm already quite dewy from everything, all the other products, so that's a plus side. So that's pretty much my base done. I'm going to go on to do my eyebrows, and for my eyebrows I don't do much to them, as you know. I will brush them up first, and I'm going to add an eyebrow gel into them, just to kind of basically get the makeup that's on there off. So I go in with a tinted eyebrow gel. It can be whatever one you like. I just personally, if I can find it, use the Arbonne one. I'm almost run out, so I do want to look for a new one. And I just brush them up and across, so that they're all sweeping in the same direction like that. I mean, having microbladed eyebrows is just a lifesaver, and they're done, which I absolutely love. So that is the base of my face done, the base of my face. So now I'm going to move back to my eyes, and I'm going to do my lower lash line first. So basically all I'm going to do is go back in with two of the shades that I used to begin with. So I'm going to go in with this really light brown. Oh, do you want to focus? Yeah, a really light brown, and the red as well. So a couple of shades, and then I'm going to go in with that super dark one on the very outer corner. So for that I am going to use, I've got a really thin flat top brush that I'm going to use for the first shade. That goes all along the lower lash line, like so. And then exactly like we did with the top one, we're going to be working the way to the darker shade. So I'm going to grab that, where is it? I'm going to get the Urban Decay brush, and because on the other end it's got a super small pencil brush, so I'm going to go in with that one on the red shade, and I'm only going to bring this about halfway in on my eye. Like so. And then with that same angled brush that we did the eyeliner with, I'm going to press the dark brown shade on the very outer corner, just to kind of tie all of that together. And I'm not gonna lie, I was gonna add a shimmer. I might add a tiny bit of shimmer. Let's be a bit lively and not be boring. So yeah, I'm going to get this flat top brush. This is, I think it's just like a Boots or Superdrug brush. And I'm gonna go in with, I don't know if you can see, there's a sparkly shade next to the red that I think I'm gonna go in with. Let's see what it looks like. So I'm just gonna pack that onto my brush and press it on my lid. Oh yeah. Just to about halfway, like so. And then don't worry about the harsh line. I'm just gonna grab any blending brush you have with no product on and blend it out like so. Yeah, so there's the eyes pretty much done. I'm just gonna add some inner corner highlights. My all-time favorite inner corner highlight is the shade Venus in the Naked Basics palette that I use every single day. And I like to use the Real Techniques shading brush, which looks like so. And there we go, that is the eyes done. So before I do anything else, I like to actually set that down. So of course, I'm gonna use the All Nighter setting spray. Okay, I've changed the lighting a bit more because it shows the look a little bit better. But off camera, I've just curled and done my mascara, and I use, as always, I've used the Arbonne Speak Volumes mascara. Decided not to go for lashes because the eye look is so beautiful without them. I thought I don't need to put any on. So onto my lips, I thought I'd go a bit more autumnal to match the eyes. Now I don't actually have a colour perfect enough to match my eyes. I really wanted like a dark orange, but I don't have that. So the closest colour I have that I really want to use is the Jeffree Star Velour Liquid Lipstick in the shade Deceased. This is a really cool tone colour, so I thought it'd be perfect for autumn. And then on top, I'm gonna go over it with my beloved Fenty lip gloss. It looks pink, they don't really look like they'd go together, but they look beautiful together. And I'm not that much of a fan of a matte lip at the moment. Forget how much I love Jeffree lip glosses, lipsticks. I literally didn't dip that back in once. However, this lip doesn't go with these eyes. So I'm gonna add a little bit of the Bare Minerals Wink Matte lipstick on top, just to lighten it up a little bit. So yeah, that's a little bit better. It's very cool toned for the eye. Let's see what happens when I put lip gloss on. If not, I'm gonna have to change my lip. I love that lip colour, I do. However, it doesn't go with the eyes, but do you know what? Let's be experimental and just leave it, because I do love the way the eyes look and I love the lip colour, maybe just not together. But it has made me want to get some more Jeffree Star liquid lipsticks. And actually, it matches my top. So that's a bonus. Thank you so much for tuning in to this video. I hope you enjoyed the look I created. I'm a little bit obsessed and I think I'm gonna end up doing this eye look all the time now. Until it obviously gets to more winter time and Christmas time, I'm gonna be playing with a red lip and things like that. But I didn't want to do a red lip for this video because obviously red lip is all about Christmas. So I'm gonna save that video for December. I will link everything I used in the description bar down below. If you want to get any money off of the Arbonne products, then I can actually offer you a 20 to 30% discount on the products. Click the link in my down bar and follow the instructions and you can get 20 to 30% off any Arbonne products, from makeup to skincare to beauty products to bath products to lotions, anything like that. You can get 20 to 30% off by following the instructions in the description bar. If you haven't already, please give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I will see you next week. Bye!